FlossTube, how you doing? I'm Catherine. I am called the Needleberry Stitcher, and today is Thursday, September 21st, 2023, and it's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought it was time to do one. And I don't have a lot to show. I've been monogamous stitching pretty much since the middle of July, I would say, probably right after my last video. I've been just picking a piece and working on it for a long time. Either I have a finish, so that's kind of cool. I don't have any other finishes this year. It was the first one. And then I'll just show you. I'm already telling you about it. I might as well just show you. All right. And this is how my videos go. If you're new here, I am just a little bit like loopy and I go all over the place and I don't follow a script and I just kind of share my love of cross stitch, my hobby. And so if you don't like people who just kind of jibber jabber, this might not be the channel for you, and that's okay. I understand. And if you just kind of want to see what I'm working on and a few things that I bought since my last video, then stick around, and that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with what I've purchased. Not a lot. I mean, it's been a couple months since I've filmed, so I wouldn't say it's a whole lot. Not compared to, you know, some, I guess. I've been catching up on the releases of the Mirabilia patterns. I hadn't gotten the one Blackbird. So last time I was on, I had not yet gotten Blackbird. And so I went ahead and ordered that. I got the chart. This is MD1, is it 188? And it's called Blackbird. It's pretty. I don't know if I would do it on the green. It's not bad. I love green, but I think that there are some other colors I might do. Although, you know, that's not a bad one for Halloween, so I don't know. I'll have to kind of think about that one. And of course, I've been going ahead and getting the bead packs as the charts are released, because sometimes they come with Magnifica beads, and this one actually does. This has got two kinds, is it two? Yeah, two different colors of Magnifica beads, and you can't get them individually anymore. At least not right now. And well, unless you find a place that has an old stash, like a store that hasn't sold out of them. So I've just kind of been getting the bead packs as they come out, because I don't want to get to a point where I want to start it and then I can't get the beads for it. Because that's happened with some of the older patterns that I've collected over the years, and now I go back and some of the charms are, Mill Hill treasures are not available anymore. Which isn't a problem, I can swap them out, but I figure if they're available and they're not unreasonably priced, I might as well just get them now. So that's the first thing. I also got, I haven't gone through and actually organized this because I've actually ordered some threads, water lilies, Karen water lilies. So I've gotten, like, this one is spearmint, and then I got a couple of other, like 3 or 4 other colors, and a Kordek. So I haven't figured out which pattern they go to, because I also got the latest release, which is the Goddess Garden, and this is MD189, and this was released in August, and I got it pretty quickly. I was surprised. It took me a while to be able to source the Blackbird one, but I was able to find this one pretty quick. So I went ahead and got that, and again I got the bead pack that goes with it. And does this one have Magnificas? It doesn't look like this one has Magnificas, at least from what I can tell. But it does have bugle beads, which are really pretty. And it has several colors of the size 8 beads, which are a little bit bigger. Like, this is the regular size bead, and then there's some here that are like a little bit bigger. So they really pop when you stitch them. So these threads that I got, the Karen water lilies, go with those 2 patterns, but I haven't figured out which goes with which yet. So I have to do that. What else did and then I got a whole bunch of other Karen water lilies, because I'm trying to kit up some of my other projects as well. So if I'm going to place an order, I don't want to get just a couple. As you know, it's, I mean, it's only like, what, $3.50, $4 for shipping from 123 Stitch, and that's not bad. But if I'm going to place an order, I figure I'm going to go ahead and get a few So anyway, got 2 more little bags full, and I don't know which patterns these ones go to either. I haven't gone through. I have a whole bunch of bags like down separated out from everything else, where I have the pattern and some of the beads or all of the beads or some of the water lilies or all of them, but not, so it's not like a fully kitted where it has the fabric and everything and it's just ready to stitch whenever I want to. So I have those down there, and then as I start acquiring different things, I just kind of figure out where they go, and I have a list in my phone. So when I'm shopping, if I go to a store and I see that, oh, they have Krennic or they have beads or something, then I can kind of quick look up my list and see which ones I need and get a few here and there. Or go into 1, 2, 3 Stitch and get a few at a time. All right, and the only other things I got were some patterns that I thought were absolutely adorable. The first pattern that I got was this one I've been wanting for a while. It's Strawberry Fields Forever, Blackbird Designs. I just love that one. So I've seen a few people stitching it, and I thought I really want to do that one at some point. So went ahead and got the pattern. This one I got at Colour Cotton Needleworks, the storefront here in St. Louis, Missouri. I am very fortunate to have them so close. Angela runs the store. She's so amazing. She's just the sweetest person you'll ever meet, and she's got a fabulous selection of fabrics. So I'm always over there looking for kitting things up, and I've gotten some fabrics over the past couple months. I actually did get a few fabrics. I just don't have them like right here in front of me because they've already kind of gone into project bags, and so I'm not going to go find them and pull them out, but trust me that I have some very, very amazing fabrics from Colour Cotton Needleworks. So I've gone on a little bit of a Chardon Prive kick. I started seeing some of the patterns available, and I just started falling in love with many of them. So it initially just started with my love of sheep, because I absolutely love sheep. Any patterns of sheep, cute little sheep. So I went and got, there's a series of 4 patterns by Chardon Prive, and they're called Histoire de Mouton, which is the history of sheep. And I know just a little bit of French because I grew up in Canada, in New Brunswick, which is a bilingual province. So I was not immersed in French, but I studied French from 1st grade through 12th grade. But again, I'm not fully fluent in French, but I understand quite a bit of it. So patterns, I'll show you those. So the first one, it's number 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all the same. Histoire de, see, I can't pronounce it. I can hear it, I can read it, I can't pronounce it very well. Histoire de Mouton, number 1. Isn't that cute? Look at the little sheepies, they're so cute. And here's the number 2. And there's number 3. I think they're so adorable. They're stacked on top of each other. And there's a lot in this one. They're like everywhere. And the one with the little heart on them. And number 4. And that one's so cute. It's got the lady who's spinning wool. I love that. So that's the first set of 4 that I got. And then I found another set of 4. Well, actually, there's another one that I found that was also sheep. It's called Les Petites Bonnes Femmes, and it's called I Love Sheep. So cute. So I had to get that one. But then the next series of 4 are the different seasons. Petit Moment de Printemps, which is spring. Small Moments of Spring. And then Petit Moment de l'Été, which is Small Moments of Summer. Cute little bunny. And Petit Moment de l'Automne, which is small. Same thing. Small Moments of Autumn. And the little fox on there is so cute. And Petit Moment de l'Hiver, which is Small Moments of Winter. So I got those 2 series of patterns, the sheep, the series of 4 sheep patterns, and then the 4 seasons. So yeah, there's a whole lot of Chardon Prive patterns that I am now just like, I want to have them, but I am just pacing myself because I know I have so much I've already started. As you guys know, I'm like somewhere around 90-ish whips. somewhere in that range, 85 to 90 somewhere. So I don't need to start anything else, even though I want to. I want to start everything, but I've been really good. I've been, like I said, I've been monogamous stitching. I started something on July 15th, and that's the first thing I'm going to show you. Oh, I just dropped something. So on July 15th, when I was in Cincinnati for a stitch day that was sponsored by, you know, the cross stitch store that's in Cincinnati. Why am I forgetting? You know which one it is. Keepsakes. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Keepsakes. I met up with Amy, Fiber Arts Amy. We met there and did a stitch day. And it was super fun. And so that day I started Luda, which is a Mirabilia, and I don't need to show you the pattern because I finished it. So I'm just going to show you my finish. And I should have taken the time to iron the crease out of it, but I think it's going to be fine. I'll dampen it and just very lightly iron it between some towels. And I think when I stretch it, it's going to be fine. When I had it stretched on my frame when I was stitching it, that wasn't even an issue at all. So I don't know what the best way to show it up close. But the beads are so sparkly. I don't know if you can tell. I've got a light shining on it. It might be too bright, but maybe it's better without the light. And those are all beads in the middle. And I love the pendant, the little white beads. They are so pretty. They're like, they're kind of like milk glass. That's kind of what they remind me of. So she is ready to be framed. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and get her framed. So, and I'm going to Queen City Stitch Retreat, which is not this weekend, but not the next weekend, the weekend after that. It starts the following week. So October 4th? I don't know. I'm gonna get there on late on a Wednesday night before it starts on Thursday. So I'm gonna take this with me and put it on the brag table. I think they have a brag table. I'm gonna take it anyway. And when I finished Luda, I picked up a whip that I had already been working on. So hold on a sec, I dropped it, I gotta get it. I pulled out Sewing Cats, which is a SodaStitch pattern. And I finished the middle shelf. I'll put a picture in of what it's gonna look like because I don't have, I bought a digital version, so I don't have a printout of the cover photo, but it was so fun. I really like stitching this, and I decided to do the back stitch, not like, I didn't do, let me think, what did I do? I did the middle shelf and then I back stitched the whole shelf. I did some of the back stitch with the yellow cat, the yellow brown cat and the scissors, and then I did the rest and then back stitched the rest of it. And then I moved up and I'm going to do the shelf above. I'm going to work my way up to the top. And then there's a whole other great big shelf underneath. So right now, because I have this in Pattern Keeper is helping me track the number of stitches, but not the back stitching. So if I count only the number of stitches without the back stitching, I'm 33% complete. So, and then I decided to take a break from this one because I realized that the Queen City Stitch Retreat, the Mirabilia Stitch Retreat that Maggie and Amy are hosting in Charlotte, North Carolina, the one I just mentioned that I'm going to, I realized it's coming up really quickly and I hadn't started Charlotte yet. So that was kind of a thing where people were deciding that, like, hey, the retreat is in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there's a Mirabilia pattern called Charlotte, so why don't we stitch Charlotte? So that's what I decided to do, was get a start on it. And I'll put a picture of what it looks like because I didn't bring the pattern down to my craft room. And then this is how far I got on it so far. I'll just hold it back a little bit, it's easier to see. The light's a little bit bright. I don't know if you can. It's also nighttime, which doesn't really matter because I'm in my basement, which is really dark all the time anyway. But anyway, that light's a little bright. But so I finished everything but the beading. I did all the back stitching. I have a little bit of skin to back stitch, but there's a part of her dress here. So I'm gonna wait until I finish her dress, which is like on her, she's got her elbows on her knees. And I'm gonna finish that part, and then I'll finish the back stitch on her skin. And then it's just working my way down on her dress. It's pretty. This fabric is one of the ones that I said I wasn't gonna dig out, but because since I'm using it, I'm gonna show it to you. This is kind of a green, I don't know if you can tell, it's called Mojave, and it's from Colour Cotton. It's a 32 count linen. And is it a linen or an even wave? Let me check. No, it's a linen. And it, sorry, I should be able to tell a little bit easier, but my eyes are getting a little bit bad, so I kind of have to like look. Yeah, I have glasses ordered, and I'm supposed to go pick them up tomorrow. They finally came in, so maybe I'll be able to see again, which is good. So anyway, yeah, it's called Mojave, the fabric color, and it's kind of green, but kind of, I don't know, it's not lime green. It's like a desert green, if you think of like a desert, like a faded kind of a desert green. That's how I think of it anyway. And that's all the stitching I've done. And I shouldn't say that's all that I've done. I mean, I think Luda was a pretty decent sized project. It's not as big as a lot of the other Mirabilias, but I don't know, I really enjoyed working on it, so I wanted to finish it. And I didn't finish Sewing Cats since I took a break to work on Charlotte. But I do want to go back and finish Sewing Cats a little bit later, maybe after the end of October. I'm kind of thinking of maybe doing a little bit of Halloween stitching this year. I don't know. Maybe not, I don't know, Halloween or fall, maybe autumn, I don't know. Kind of in the mood for it, so that's, I think, what I'm gonna do. And I think that's, oh wait, I was gonna say that's all I have to show you, but I think I have, well, I got some really awesome gifts for my birthday from a really special stitchy friend. You know who you are. Thank you. I didn't get your permission to show it or talk about it, but thank you. You know who you are. And I also got amazing gift card to 123 Stitch for my birthday from my other amazing stitchy friend. You know who you are, and thank you very much for that. Super awesome. This is a great community. I feel like I've met so many friends, and even though we don't get to see each other in person very often, just, I don't know, I've never had that many friends in my life that actually liked cross stitch. Definitely not friends in person. I never had any stitching friends that I could ever meet up with. Seemed to, I don't know, just never could find other like-minded stitchers wherever I was living at the times. I moved around a lot. So now that we have this FlossTube community, it's great to be able to meet people. If you are not doing FlossTube videos, it's a great way to connect with people. You would be surprised. Once you start reaching out and you start putting yourself out there, people reach out and connect back. I love the FlossTube community. So thank you, all of you, for being my stitchy friends and for coming and watching my videos when I put videos out. And even though it's not very often, I know it's kind of been, I've kind of been lax, but it's been a busy summer. Work's been really good. I love my job. I love my boss. I love my coworkers. I have finally found probably the perfect job that I thought never existed, but it does, and I'm so happy. I couldn't be happier with work. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not like someone who's like, I can't wait to like work. I want to work all the time. Like if I didn't have to work, I wouldn't. I'd rather stitch, obviously, like we all do. But since I have to work, since it's kind of a thing where, you know, bills need to be paid, then I'm just glad that I get to do it at a job that I love. And there was one other purchase, just realized. Oh, well, here's something that I don't know if I showed you these in my last video. I can't remember if I showed you these in my last video or not. I just found these. They're the Tiny Towns, the Heart in Hand Tiny Town series. I bought a bunch of these. I don't know if I showed them in my last video or not. If I did, I apologize, but I'm going to show them again because they're the cutest ever, and I want to stitch them all. So this is the Big Hearted Tiny Town, and then there's the Blooming Tiny Town, Patriotic Tiny Town. Is this Christmas? Yeah. Sorry, I can't read it backwards. Christmas Tiny Town. Halloween Tiny Town. Maybe this would be a good one to work on if I'm in the mood for fall. And Seaside Tiny Town. Oh, and Honey of a Tiny Town, which Elise from E-Crafting in Colorado, Elisa's working on this one. Her and a few other people. And that's it. So I know there's another one that came out that is, I can't remember what it's called, but it was dedicated to keepsakes, and it has their cat, the black cat, 314. No, 310. What? 310. My goodness. Everyone knows the color black. DMC 310. So they named the cat 310. So 310, the cat, is in the pattern. So that one is not available for release yet. I think they're going to release it eventually, but they did it for StitchCon, and everyone at StitchCon was able to access it, but eventually they'll release it. And I think there might even be another one that was announced, but I don't know, kind of behind on stitching news. And then I got some fabric to go that should be big enough for all of them. I got 2 different pieces, so of the same color. It's a 32 count Colour Cotton called Sandcastle, and it's from the April 2023 Fabric Club. It's 32 count Belfast. It's just like a sandcastle. Makes sense, right? It's like a sand color. So I think those little tiny towns would look really cute on them. Not able to get a very good sampling of the color, but yeah. So I got that fabric to do the tiny towns. And I have one more thing. I think just one more thing. Sorry about the plastic. I purchased from Corey Creates. She's Corey Creates 08 on Instagram, and she's Corey Creates on YouTube. She has a FlossTube channel. Go check her out. She makes the most beautiful project bags, and I ordered one from her, and we met at Colour Cotton one day, and she brought it so I could pick it up so she didn't have to mail it. And I wanted to see her in person anyway because I hadn't seen her in a while. So isn't that beautiful? Look at the fabric. Oh my goodness. I fell in love with it. So she makes gorgeous bags. Go check her out. She's got an Etsy shop, and you can, I'll link it down below, and you can go check it out. She makes beautiful bags. She's got all kinds of different ones. So help me support her business. She's such a lovely person, and I love to support my friends. I love to support fellow stitchers who have turned their passion and their hobby into a business. And so if you want to check her out and buy, purchase one of her project bags, I know she would love that. I would love that. And get to know her. Go check out her FlossTube videos. She's got full coverage. She's doing some Teresa Wentzler horses. I think they're the rocking horses that she's worked on. She's got another, I don't know. I love all the stuff that she works on. It's all the same kind of stuff that I would want to work on. So I love checking out her videos. And I think that's it. I say that's it, but that's not it. Good grief, there's stuff coming out the wall here. It's just like falling. Okay, so I got this, I don't know why. I just like fell in love with this color when I was at Colour Cotton. It's called Magnolia, and I fell in love with the color. Like out of like the thousands that are on her wall, you've probably seen on the YouTube channel or on her Colour Cotton on their Instagram pictures, you can see their wall of flosses. It's unbelievable. So yeah, I saw this one out of all of the hundreds that were on the wall, thousands, I don't know how many are on the wall, there's thousands, I'm sure. Out of all of them, I saw this one and went, oh, I want that one. So I got it. Just one. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be pretty. And then I got a 28 count fabric. I don't know the color. I don't think it had a specific color. It was just one of the ones that she had there. It's a half yard cut, and it's kind of like a purpley, like a lilac purple color. And so she does have full yards that she sells, or she'll cut them down. You can get a full yard, a half yard, or quarter or an eighth. She'll cut them to whatever size. So since she had a full yard, I'm like, oh, I think I want to get a half yard, because then I can do the Mirabilia on it. And then one other color, which again, it's not labeled with the actual color, but it's another 28 count linen. Both of these are linens. And this one's very, very similar, but it's just a little bit lighter. It's kind of a lighter purple. It's more of a gray purple. So if I hold the two together, you can see that there's a slight difference. This one's more of like a lilac purpley purple, purpley purple, and this one's more of like a gray purple. So both of them, I'm sure I can find a Mirabilia to put on them. They're both half yards, so I'll put a big one on, because some of those ladies are huge. All right, shall I look in my bag of stuff here? It's not a bag, it's just like a pile, and it's my pile of stuff I have to sort and figure out where to put. Oh, yep, there is another one. Okay, I thought I already showed this one before, but looks like it's still in the bag. Crazy people. Okay. I'm pretty sure, and I'm looking around, my craft room is a mess. I have to get this cleaned up, but I'm pretty sure this is the last of, I think this is it. Okay, and if it's not it, I'm done, because I've already gone longer than I planned. I got the Plum Street Samplers pattern called This I Know, which is so pretty. And it's got sheep. Look at the little sheep. And a beautiful church. And I got a 36 count linen from Colour Cotton, of course. I don't think it's what's called for. What's called for is, oh, it is, well, it says fabric provided by Colour Cotton. The model was stitched on 36 count boardwalk. But this is not boardwalk, I don't think. No, this one's called Athens. It's a 36 count linen called Athens, which I think is pretty close. If you look at the pattern and you look at the fabric, I think it's gonna look really nice. It's a very light color on the chart, and this is a very light color too. So I think it's gonna be just fine. And then with that, I got most but not all of the threads that are called for. I already had some of them, but I got a few more. I got a couple of Week Dye Works colors and some classic Colorworks colors as well. Prairie Grass, Eggshell, and Trail Dust. Those three. So those are the neutral colors, some of the neutral colors that are in the design. And then I think I've got several of the others. There's a lot of DMCs in here that I don't need to get DMCs because I have a master set to use. So Classic Colorworks and Week Dye Works. I think there might have been one or two on here that I don't have. I'll have to go back through the list again, but anyway, I've got most of it to start it. All right, that's it. I think that is it. Kind of, like I said, I'm kind of all over the place. I have to be very structured at work. I follow projects. I lead projects. I coordinate people and pull people together, and I'm a coder, so I have to structure my code, and I have to, anyway, with all of the stuff that I do at work where I have to have it very regimented, I don't organize myself with my craft and my hobbies. I just want to do what I want to do, and if my stuff is kind of chaotic, that's just how I roll, because this is for fun, and I am not accountable to anybody but me. Well, and you guys too. I guess you guys hold me accountable too. But I was going to tell you, I want to get back to my quad stitching. And I don't know if many of you might remember, but about a year ago, a year ago, right when I first started my channel, I kind of had this system where I had a quad, where I had 4 different categories, and I had Fancy Ladies, Dimensions Gold Collection, or Dimensions kits, full coverage, and my 4th category was other, so I could just kind of randomly pick something that didn't fall in the other 3 categories. And I had one piece, one project from each category that I would focus on, And then when I finished one, then my goal is to, when I finish one in one category, I'll swap it with another project, another whip, not a new start, because I'm trying to get my whips down. But that way I have a selection of 4 things that I'm focused on at any given time. And I've really liked the variety because I wasn't monogamous stitching, even though I have been doing that the last couple months. It's not my normal. I think I just needed that just to I was kind of busy at work and stuff going on. And so that was good for my brain to just kind of have a little bit of slow with my stitching, just focusing on one thing. But I really think I want to get back to doing that quad again, where I pick one piece from each category and I really focus on, but having not a rotation, a formal rotation, but just like when I get tired of like, oh, I want to switch it up, I'll pick something from another category. But that way I've got just 4 things that I'm kind of focused on. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So the next video, between now and the next time I do a video, I'll pick 4 things, 1 from each category. And that's probably what I'm going to work on. So probably sewing cats would be a good one for me to put in my other category if I decide to go back to that one. I have one that I have in mind for my full coverage to focus on, although I don't think I'm going to focus on that one till it's done, because I still have my Beauty and the Beast, which if you watch, I don't know if I had it in my last video. If I didn't do it in my last video, then a couple videos ago I showed my Beauty and the Beast, which is more than 50% now. So I kind of want to get that one done. That's probably going to end up in my full coverage quad, but I also have a full coverage that's kind of like fall Halloween themed, so I might pull that out just for October. Again, it's just for fun, so I don't want to be rigid about it. If I swap projects from my quad, and that's fine. I actually do have a few little notes, even though I said I was not organized. Let's see. A couple of FlossTubers that I've been watching. The first one I want to talk about is Garnet Rose Stitchers. Oh my gosh. I watched them a couple of months ago. It was a couple months ago, I think, that I found them. And I honestly, I smile when I watch YouTube. Okay, when I watch FlossTube videos, I'll see something cute and I'll be like, oh, that's cute, right? That's cute. And I can smile, or I'll smile on the inside. And I think things like there's so many FlossTubers that I love, but these ladies had me laughing out loud. I was roaring, like I laughed, a hearty laugh. They were so funny watching them. So go check out Garnet Rose Stitchers. They're super funny, and I love the banter that they have between the two of them. And they work on Mirabilias, they work on all kinds of different projects that I know you'll love them. So go check them out. And let's see, they're working on, I actually made notes, they're working on Tiny Towns, Mirabilias, and Noras. They're doing the Treasure Island Stitch Along, Teresa Corbett, and a whole bunch of other projects that I absolutely love. The other FlossTuber I wanted to shout out was Terry Lee Crafts. She's a couple of videos ago, I was watching her and she was saying that she's not starting anything new, and I was just like, oh, just like me, I'm not starting anything new right now. And then I went ahead and started Charlotte, so that's out the window. But she is also like me, wanting to get her whip count down. So Terry Lee Crafts, Terry Lee, I watch your videos and I think you're great, and I'm on the same bandwagon. I got to get my whips down. So she's a joy to watch, and she does a really beautiful inspirational message at the end of her videos that I love. So keep doing that. I love ya. What else? Oh, one more thing. I'm gonna put some pictures. See, I'm like finding all this stuff. Last thing, I went to a show. It's every year. It's called Festival of the Little Hills. It's a arts and crafts show in St. Charles, Missouri, and it's every year, usually either right before or right after my birthday. So it's kind of a thing for my birthday. My husband and I go over and we walk around and we look at all the crafts and we look at all the artists, and Vincent Fleming goes there every year. And if you have seen any of my other videos where I talk about Vincent Fleming's artwork, he's one of my favorites. So from Heaven and Earth Designs, I have 2 favorite artists. One is Randall Spangler. I love his little dragons and I love all of his artwork. And then the second one is Vincent Fleming. So Vincent Fleming lives like maybe about an hour from me, and just across the river in Illinois. And so he goes there every year. He is the sweetest Sweetest man. His wife comes with him, and they together work their booth. They're in their 80s. I mean, these people, and they are like, they're amazing. Like they're like running around. They're like doing like they're like. Anyway, I hope they keep coming back. But you know, every year I'm like, I hope he's there. I hope he's there. And every year he's there. So this year I got my husband to take some pictures of me with Vincent Fleming and his wife, and like I said, they're super adorable. They're Vincent's designs. He has, I think, 16 or different variations of some, so I don't think it's 16 unique pieces of his artwork that are on Heaven and Earth Designs, but there's a couple that have, like, one's a mini or one's like a select a size, or but there's a bunch of his stuff. There are several of his, and I think I've bought all of them because I love his work. But he told me that he had sent in to Heaven and Earth Designs a whole new set of his designs, of his art on digital, but they haven't converted them and put them up yet. So I'm kind of thinking I might reach out. I don't know, maybe reach out to oh, I always forget her name. I always want to say Martina. It's not Martina. But anyway, the lady that does Heaven and Earth Designs, and say, hey, yeah, when you get around to it, could you do more of his designs and convert them to cross stitch? Because I would love to do them. So anyway, Vincent Fleming and I made a deal that next year I'm going to work on, I have several that I have started of his cross stitch projects, and he's like, I know what needlework is, I know what cross stitch is in theory, but I've never seen it. Like, I can't imagine what my artwork looks like in cross stitch. So we made a deal that next year I'm going to take a piece that I'm working on and show it to him. So I got to get working on it. Yeah, I got to pull it out, but they're so big. He said that one of his pieces will take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. And I'm like, and I didn't want to tell him, like, to stitch one of his pieces takes probably like 3 or 4 years. And that's probably if I work on nothing else. But I didn't tell him that because I thought, oh, he's gonna think that's really weird. But I'll at least take what I have started and show him. So super cool to meet him. And yeah, they're a sweet couple. If you wouldn't mind supporting him, again, another person that he's local, he's such a favorite artist of mine. If you're a full coverage person, if you like to stitch full coverage, and if the sale comes up on Heaven and Earth Designs, it'd be great if you just considered maybe buying a pattern of his, a pattern or a couple, even if you may not stitch them. I think they do fine. Like they're fine, like financially and everything. They do great, but I don't know. There's just something about like stitching, like having that stream of income for them. He said that it's just like, oh, it's just a nice little extra, that they can kind of splurge on themselves a little bit with. So anyway, like I said, I love to just support people that I'm passionate about. So I love his artwork. So anyway, just another request. You don't have to. I think that's it. That's it for today. It's been about 40 minutes longer than I planned. Today is my mom's birthday, so it's kind of might be why I don't know, I'm rushed a little. I'm a little, it hasn't been that long. My mom passed in January, so it's only been, hasn't been that long, not even 9 months, so should have been 76 today. So I'm gonna finish this video and I'm gonna go call my dad and enjoy the rest of my night doing a little stitching. So thank you for joining me, and I love you all very much. Thanks for coming and watching me, and I'll see you next time. Some of you, super excited, I'll see you at the Queen City Stitch Retreat. I can't wait to meet you. If you're going, look for me. I'm gonna be looking for you. I know some of you who are gonna be there, so and everybody else, I'll see you soon. I'll try and do a video when I get back from the retreat. So bye for now.